Hey folks, good afternoon. I'm taking a little break for lunch and I want to talk about something I was listening to just a few hours ago and something I read just a few days ago. Disabilities. It doesn't matter if it's physical, emotional, whatever it is. But what really is frustrating for me is when people with disabilities, from developmental disabilities to reading disabilities and other disabilities that is predominant in many people. When you hear individuals characterize and criticize people with disabilities because they can do so, and no one is willing to stand up for those people, for those individuals, I wonder how would they feel if they were criticized or someone they love and care is criticized by someone else for their disabilities and unique aspect. I want to point it out to you folks because it's something that a lot of people don't talk about openly. And if they do, they they don't do it as frequent as they want to because of fear, um, social anxiety, even social um, bullying. And I've seen it before, and I've seen it a lot of times. At my age, throughout my life, from when I was a child to even today, I've always been enthralled into the understanding that we are who we are based on the way we were raised, the way we live, but it's also the way who we are, the strength of who we are as people. I want to point it out and talk about it because I'm too tired to see individuals fighting to stand with pride to protect their children, their brothers, their sisters, their aunts, their parents, because they have disabilities. They're not limited. No one's limiting them except the people who are prejudiced and intolerant about these kind of disabilities. I don't really care if you think these people, these individuals, are important. To those people who love these individuals, they are important. I want to characterize this one to one thing only. My grandmothers, they were the they were the they were the cement that's kept me together for years. My mother and my father, they loved me for who I was because they raised me as their own child. But these two women, my grandmothers, they still instill pride. They instill a lot of strength in me, even today at my age. I have a lot of limitation. I have a lot of disabilities, both physical, emotional, psychological, even educational. But it hasn't stopped me to being who I am. Both my grandmothers, in many ways, said this point to me. I can either stand up and be who I am, embrace the failures, embrace the difference of ideas, difference of whatever of my own self. I don't have to cater to somebody else's perspective. The only thing I should care is how my family and friends love me. That is the only thing my grandmother's taught me that is still a perspective that I pass along because I see too many people trying so hard to be something they're not because they want to appease everyone around them. I've never appeased anyone. I've accomplished my goals because of hard work, because of the support of my family and friends, my determination, but foremost, because I don't stand there and get rallied and pushed by individuals who are scared, who are just straight bullies, because they're not strong enough to stand with their own strength. A few weeks ago, I saw a young adult who was bullied by some adults. I stood up for that person, not because I was there, because it was the right thing to do. But what makes me angry is when people with good conscience stand there and wait for others to just help other people. That shows how limited we have become as a society. I have achieved so much potential because I was willing to have the support of my family, my friends, and individuals who believed in me. I joined the military service. I hold multiple degrees. I have certification. I have training. I have all these exemplified values in the heads of people. But in the end, it was the thing that my grandmothers taught me: treat everyone with the respect they deserve, have the integrity, the character, have the empathy, the values that is instilled in me makes me who I am. My disabilities doesn't limit me who I am. My disabilities is part of who I am. The disabilities I have is characterized by who I am as a person. Yes, I have stuttering problem. Yes, I have memory issues. Yes, I have this problem. Yes, I have this problem. But the thing is, I see the same situations other people have in their lives. But what makes me proud is when I see people who have the resilience to keep charging and charging, and people helping these individuals to get their potential. But I'm tired of seeing people being bullied because they can be bullied. They can be bullies. If you stand quiet while people are being bullied, people are getting recognized for being bullies, that shows to you and to me how little people are, because they're willing to belittle others because they have no pride of who they are. They don't have no strength in their values. True value is about compassion. True value is about respect. True value is about integrating a society that loves and cares for each other with empathy and with resolve to better the world by one person at a time. So don't stand there. If you see a bully, stand up for those people being bullied. Sometimes there's going to be a day that your loved one will be bullied. Are you going to stand by, or are you going to stand tall and provide them the security, provide them the strength to stand as people with pride, with humanity in mind? I want to post this one because I am so tired of seeing people bullying kids, adults bullying adults. For what? Because they have disabilities? Before I let you go, let me tell you about one bully that made me laugh years ago. He thought because I have all these issues and problems that I was uneducated and I had all these whatever issues. What made me laugh is when I didn't put him down. I felt sorry for him. I told him that. But what made me laugh the most and what made other people laugh was I characterized him for who he was: an individual who had a soul that was broken, who sought uh, a way to encourage his strength through bullying because that's what he was into, not because he wanted to. Maybe he did. But when you stand up against bullies and you make them see their own problems, you might be surprised. There's been a research that more than 75 to 80% of bullies out there, they have their own problems and issues. People who stand up against bullies and you take away all the bullies' friend, what's left is an individual who is either in pain and someone maybe who doesn't have someone to support them, a family or a friend. A lot of bullies out there, especially adult bullies, they find strength through commonality. You take away the commonality, you have somebody standing there at fear. Stand up against bullies. Stand up for your children, for your niece, your nephew. Stand up for your father, your uncle, your mother, your aunt. I've seen too many people being bullied more and more because they are given that open door policy. When you let bullies control the society you live in, you create that fixture. And to that young man who I helped years ago, I pray and hope that he got a better life after that situation. I didn't want no fight. He doesn't want, maybe he wanted to bully people because he was lonely, no matter what it was. He left there, hopefully strengthened, hopefully in a better shape. Standing up for against bullies starts with you. What is your character? What is your integrity? And what is your humanity? So for now, take care and believe in yourself and help those around you. Because right now, what's left in our society starts with our heart, and it must end with a little bit better humanism in mind. So take care, stay safe, and keep smiling.